Okay, let's be honest. Writing a business report can feel like a total chore, right? But what if I told you it's actually one of the most powerful tools you have for building your reputation and making a real impact? We're going to dive in and figure out how to transform your next report from just another document into a decision-making powerhouse. You know the ones I'm talking about, those super thick, dense reports that just end up collecting dust on a shelf. The real question is, how do you make sure yours isn't one of them? How do you create something that people actually want to read, and more importantly, something they'll act on? Here's the thing you have to remember. A report is never just a pile of facts. It is a direct reflection of you. It tells your audience how you think, how much you understand their needs, and, frankly, whether or not they can trust you. Your credibility is on the line with every single page. And that's exactly why we're starting here, with credibility. Because think about it. If your reader doesn't trust you, the writer, why would they ever trust your recommendations? It just won't happen. So let's break down what that really means. It pretty much boils down to these three things. First step, competence. Are your facts solid? Is your logic sound? Can people poke holes in it? Second, caring. Have you actually thought about your audience? Do you get what they really need to know to make a decision? And finally, character. Are you being honest? Are you reporting all the information transparently, even the stuff that maybe doesn't perfectly support your idea? You gotta nail all three to build that foundation of trust. Now, let's talk about maybe the single most important part of this whole process. Before you write a single word, before you pull a single number, you have to get this right. You must clearly, and I mean clearly, define the business problem you're trying to solve. I love this slide. Think of your report's logic like a pyramid. The entire base, the whole foundation, is the business problem. Then you stack your facts on top of that. Those facts lead to your conclusions, and only then, right at the very top, do you get to your recommendations. If that base is shaky, the whole thing just crumbles. And here's a perfect example of what I mean. Look at the left side. It's all about an opportunity. We need to get in the space quickly. It sounds kind of frantic, and it probably creates more questions than answers. But the version on the right, so much more powerful. It still sees the opportunity, but it frames the real problem. There's uncertainty, there are risks. Now that is a problem a decision maker can sink their teeth into. All right, so once you've nailed down your problem, it's time to build your case. And you don't do that with fluff or big, grand statements. You do it with sharp, precise, fact-based language. Just look at the difference a single number makes here. Nearly all, what does that even mean? Is that 75%, 95%? Who knows? But adding 84%, now that is concrete. It's verifiable, and it instantly builds trust because it shows you've actually done the homework. Here's another classic trap. Saying many of our customers expressed interest kind of sounds like your opinion, doesn't it? But when you back it up with hard data, you reference a table, you pull out a specific stat like 73% expressed interest, it's not your opinion anymore. It's evidence. Oh, this one is so important. You have to resist the urge to make promises you can't actually keep. Saying something is guaranteed, that can seriously backfire and hurt your credibility. Instead, just show your work. Explaining that you talked to 3 developers and giving a specific cost estimate, that shows you've been thoughtful and realistic, which is way more persuasive. This flowchart basically sums up everything we've just talked about perfectly. Each fact is a building block. You group those blocks together to form a solid conclusion, and those conclusions point directly, logically, to your final recommendation. See? No big leaps of faith, just a clear, easy-to-follow path. Okay, let's switch gears a bit. We've talked about what you write, now let's talk about how you present it. You could have the most amazing analysis in the world, but if your report is just a giant wall of text, nobody's going to read it. Good design isn't about being fancy, it's about respecting your reader's time. This is the stone-cold reality of business reports. Your boss, their boss, the person in finance, they are all incredibly busy. They are going to skim. They're going to jump straight to the sections that matter to them. And your job is to make that not just possible, but super easy. Headings are your absolute best friend here. A heading like VR options is fine, but it's kind of lazy. A heading like options for developing virtual reality content at ASUS Tours, now that is a perfect signpost. I know exactly what I'm about to read before I even get to the first sentence. Preview statements do the same exact thing, but for a whole section. The version on the left tells me the topic, sure, but the one on the right gives me a roadmap. It literally tells me the key takeaways right up front, which is a lifesaver for a busy reader. Ah, this is such a great comparison. It shows you the power of choosing the right visual. That pie chart on the left, all it does is show the gender of the people who took a survey. That's a background detail. It's not the main story. But the bar chart on the right, that's the insight. It shows how satisfaction is different by gender, which is a key finding that directly supports the report's message. And hey, never ever underestimate the power of simple formatting. That block of text on the left is just intimidating to look at. But the exact same information on the right, as a numbered list, all of a sudden it's clear, it's scannable, it's easy to understand. It's such a small change with a massive impact. All right, we're in the home stretch. Before you hit send, it's time to polish. This is where you step back and you read your report not as the writer, but as the decision maker who's on the receiving end. This quote just nails it. The final critical step is to make sure you're projecting objectivity. You want to show you're passionate, for sure, but you don't want that passion to be mistaken for bias. Your tone should basically say, hey, I've looked at this from all sides, and here's my sound, reliable, and unbiased advice. So here it is, your final checklist. Does it actually provide value to the people reading it? Is the language precise? Are your sources documented? Is it easy to find what you're looking for? And does it feel objective? If you can tick all 5 of those boxes, you've got a winning report on your hands. Because ultimately, that's what this is all about. Your next report isn't just another task on your to-do list, it's a real opportunity. With these tools, you can go beyond just informing people, and you can start truly influencing decisions. So the only question left is, will you?